Good evening, class. Today, we're going to talk about a short story by American writer Andy Weir. It was published in 2009, and it was translated into 30 different languages. The gist of the egg is it follows a 38-year-old guy who dies, and when he comes to, he's meeting a person called me, which is God. So he's like, what happened to me? And he goes, you died. I died. Am I going to go to heaven or to hell? And he's like, well, neither actually. You're going to be reincarnated. He's like, so the Hindus were right? And he's like, kinda. All religions are right in their own way. So with that, they kind of walk along. You see them kind of moving along in the ways. And as the story progresses, he's like, so what's the purpose of all this? Why do we do the reincarnation thing all the time? And God explains that there are other godlike beings everywhere in the world. And you too will one day be a god. So I created this whole universe for you. It's like an egg. And it's for you to mature. Once you live through all the lives that's ever lived and all the lives that's ever will exist, then you can progress into our world. And he's like, everybody? And he's like, yes. It's like, so I was Abraham Lincoln, and you're also John Wilkes Booth. He was Hitler, and he was everybody that he killed. So he's like, oh man, that's a lot. And he's like, why do all this? And he's like, well, every time that you victimize someone, you're victimizing yourself. Every time you were kind to someone, you did it to yourself. Every time you're happy or sad moment you ever experienced by humans were experienced by you. And that's to help you elevate you to a higher plane. And the reason why I like this story is kind of a thought process. It kind of like gets you into thinking about what's the afterlife like. What happened? I mean, everybody thinks about that every now and then. And for me, is because I'm not a religious person, but I am not afraid to say I don't know what's out there. So I'm not going to say there is no God or there is no afterlife. I don't know what happens. People always think about death like it comes in the back of your mind. Like in religions, you think about like, what's going to happen in the afterlife? Is there light at the end of the tunnel, or in Christian religions they do the Day of the Dead? You know, they honor their relatives, and then they believe that they're going to be able to hang with the relatives until they are either forgotten or they get to be with the family in the future. But with me, it's nice to think that as we are alive, we should live each and every day to the fullest, and make sure that we don't do things that's going to make a tarnish on life or hurt other people. So I want to make sure that my little circle in this world tends to be, when I leave it, is a better place. I'm not talking about making the whole world a better place, but making this spot, this area, the people I influence, a better place. So that story about being reincarnated and then treating everybody differently or the same, treating them how you would want to be treated, kind of like the golden rule. So, and I take that to heart. So I was like, it's a really good thought process. I mean, you can think about it. There's many videos you can look up. It's called the egg theory. Look it up, watch those videos. It kind of gets you thinking about like, well, what if that's a possibility? What if we live in a simulation? It kind of opens all those thought processes for you. And that's why I really like the egg. And it's a short story. I highly recommend you looking it up and thinking about it yourself. What is the afterlife like? And what are all the possibilities? Don't keep us single-minded that when you die, you go to heaven, you go to hell. You could just be reincarnated, end up having to face yourself in the future. Just remember, the egg. Thank you.